Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. We're in the middle of doing some mini series videos called So Now What, which helps you to use your products wisely and to understand them and kind of take the mystery out of the lingo that I use. Because I've been doing it for 17 years, longer than that with my mom actually stamping. And so sometimes I forget and I need to be reminded that you may not understand everything I'm talking about or even understand all the different products. So this is me trying to take the mystery out of that, like break down the mystery for you. So we're going to talk today, we're going to go to our split screen. We're going to talk today about the Stamparatus. So every single video that I have done so far, you've heard me talk about the Stamparatus, and I talk about making the Stamparatus your friend and why I love the Stamparatus. And so I'm going to go into some full-on detail today. So there are two different ways that you can stamp. When I talked about in the All About Stamps, I talked about the cling stamps, which are these stamps, the red rubber stamps, and I talked about photopolymer stamps, which are the clear see-through that are a little more pliable stamps. Those are the two types of stamps we sell, and the two different ways that you can actually use those stamps is either through the Stamparatus or through a series of blocks that we sell. Well, that you can't see that very well on that black, can you? There you go. The blocks that we sell. So the blocks come in various sizes, and in the catalog, I will actually show you here. When you're in the catalog, I'm going to try to go up close to see if you can see that. It tells you clear blocks A, C, and D. So we have a series of blocks that we sell, and that is saying that all the stamps in that set can fit on an A, C, or D block. Now, a lot of times when I tell people to buy a block, like if you don't want to make the purchase for a Stamparatus right away, I totally understand that. But once you start stamping and you decide, I really like stamping and it's something that I want to do, then I highly recommend that you move into a Stamparatus. A lot of times I tell people a block D. There are a few items that go higher or they're a little bit bigger, and they'll say E, F. I think there may even be an H. Let me check and see. And there's very few of those that are like that. So a lot of times what you can totally get away with the block D. Like that would be okay. F is pretty gigantic there, the F block. The E, and then, I'm sorry, the I block is the one like for longer words. But for the most part, the D works. And so a lot of times that's what I'll recommend for people. I'll look at the stamps you're buying and help you to know. So if you don't want to make that purchase, a block is definitely an option for you to stamp with. And that is perfectly acceptable. But if you decide that you're going to go and you're going to be full on, like, yeah, I'm going to stamp some cards, I'm really into it, I want to make it, then the Stamparatus is for you. And here's the reason why. So it comes with this base, which is this nice big base that you have 7 inches base, okay? And that makes a nice solid base to stamp on at all times. So no matter where you go, if you take that, like my table, I love my table, and it is a solid table, but it is not flat necessarily, because I have added all this paper and I've created my own table. And you'll find that with a lot of places, if you go and you use like the fold out tables, there's a lot of give in the middle of the table, and the Stamparatus base is not going to give on you. So I always stamp on this, even if I'm not using my plates, I always use this as my base. So it comes with the base, and it comes with 2 plates, okay? And the plates are removable, all right? Which means it's actually 4 plates. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if you were stamping a group of ladybugs, and I had that ladybug I wanted to use, but I also wanted to use that flower. So you see now I've got both sides that I can use, that plate, but then I wanted some words over here. I wanted it to say, spread your wings and fly. I actually love that saying. So then I'm going to want words, and maybe I want this like little line of ladybugs that are super cute. Okay, so that's what I mean by I have 4 plates. Okay, now the other thing that it comes with is the black felt mat, and we talked about that in my video all about stamps. This mat only needs to be used for the photopolymer, not the cling stamps, but it is included. Okay, the other thing that is included are the magnets. And if you watched, I actually don't remember which video now, I tell you this very funny story about how I broke my magnets the very first time I used my Stamparatus because I was rebellious and I did not follow the instructions. So this is actually supposed to be one magnet. See how strong they are? Like they like want to like go together. This is actually supposed to be one magnet piece, and I snapped them and gave myself a massive blood blister that lasted for a long time and reminded me that maybe I should have listened to the instructions. And my magnets are broken. Now, it's not tragic. I can still use them, obviously, but it wasn't my finest hour for sure. So something that I do with the magnets, and I had all my girls do this, so I'm going to talk about that. So I'm going to do this so you can actually see the magnet. You hear that? Like it is like, it's sticking. It's not going anywhere. They're super strong. So this is washi tape. We sell a few washi tapes, and what it is, it's like sticky tape that you can just sit down on a card. So if you were making a card, you could totally just lay it down on the cardstock like a ribbon kind of thing. But this particular washi tape is not ours because I was getting like, I just was trying to get like cheap, fat washi tape so I could put it over my magnet. But to show you how it works, we do sell some and I love it. And you just rip it off, and there you've already got like this border, and then you would trim that other side off, and then that would be like a border. But the reason that I bought the cheap tape is because I want to cover my magnets. Only because it makes it easier to get a hold of them. So the fatter the washi tape, the better. You can actually find this kind of washi tape like at the Dollar Tree. I've seen it Big Lots. So don't pay in a big expense. I just did it because I want to cover my magnet so I can hold it better. So I lay it down in the washi tape. Now obviously yours is long, so you would have a full magnet, not my wimpy little magnet that I have. And you cover it, fold it over, and I'm going to fold it over a couple times so that it's nice and solid. Okay, so I've covered it like that. Then I'm going to rip it, because that's what washi tape does. You literally just rip it off the piece. Then I'm going to fold it back down, but not all the way. So I actually leave myself this little tab, and it makes it easier for me to pick up my magnet with that tab. Okay, that's just a suggestion that I do. It's not something that you have to do, but I had all my gals in my stamp club do it just because I think it makes it easier to use your magnets that way. Okay, so let's talk about how those plates would work. So the other thing that I buy, it is not a requirement, but I like it because I like the paper. We have this little pad of grid paper. You get like 50 sheets of grid paper, and it has the numbers on it. Now, the reason I love it is because if you have to use the black pad, obviously you don't see the numbers anymore on there, and then you can lay it down and have it and have your measurements. Okay, so like I'm looking at my measurements here, and I'm seeing my 1 through my 7 inches. Now I also lay it on here. Why? Because I feel like if I accidentally stamp off, see, I made some smudgies on my actual Stamparatus. It keeps my Stamparatus cleaner by just having that paper, and I love that I can have that grid. And if I have the paper grid, okay, so for example, I want to stamp all of my bees. So I'm going to set down my paper, and I'm at the 6 and I'm a little past the 1, so I'm like on this little grid mark here. If I have a paper grid, I can actually make a little mark in the corners so I know exactly where that sits. If my paper moves, if I and if I'm going to do assembly line, which you know I do, I'm always doing assembly line, then every single time, see, I know where that paper goes, and I can lay that down, and I can do a ton of these cards because I know where my paper needs to lay, and my magnets are sitting there, and I'm going to be able to use this over and over and over again. That's the goal. Okay, so now let's see the beauty of the 4 plates. Like if I were doing assembly line and I decide I'm going to make these bee cards, and this is how I want it to look. So I want my flower to go here. Okay, so I'm going to let the plate do the work, right? It's going to come down. It's going to hit that sticky part, right? And my flower's going to be in the blueberry bushel. I kind of wanted to show off these lovely colors that I told you that are going to be retiring here in a couple of months so that you could see how beautiful they were. So the blueberry bushel is going to be my flower. Boom, going to lay that down. Love it. Gorgeous, okay? I'm going to take my chamois. I'm going to clean it. I'm not going to move it though. I'm going to leave that flower so that I can keep using it. So assembly line would be, I would do this flower, do this flower, do this flower, do this flower. Unless I was ready to do it in a different color. Now, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to decide where that bee needs to lay, which, come on, isn't she the cutest little bee? I think she needs to be like right there. Oh, the flower is so cute. Okay, let the plate do the work. Now we're going to do that lovely lipstick, another color that is retiring. Okay, we'll do her in lovely lipstick. Coming together. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay, now I'm going to use my side plate. So, how would my little cutie bugs be? Like right there. I like the bugs there. So I'm going to use the plate and I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss. You're not even surprised. Okay, so we're going to do the cute little ladybugs down in the corner. Let's see how they look. All right. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing these little tumbly ladybugs? I can't even stand it. Look how cute they are. Okay, and then we're going to clean that because we have one more side of the plate. So do you see the beauty of the Stamparatus already in that? Everything has its place. Everything stays in place. You have this great board, like stationary place to stamp on that's solid, not going to move, not going to go anywhere. And then you're able to measure so you know exactly where things sit and exactly how you want that to stay. Okay, so the spread your wings and fly. Let's go for our neutral color and let's go for our early espresso so that our words stand out real nice. Okay, we'll do your spread your wings and fly. Oh, are you kidding me? Look how cute that is. So there you go. You see how you use the Stamparatus and how you have the use of all the plates. You have the use of 4 different sides. Everything stays in place. If you make a smudgy mistake, we can go back and fix it. Just like we talked about before, like I can totally fix that. I could totally fix that. And so that is the beauty of the Stamparatus. It has so many uses, and as you watch my videos, you're going to see me talk more and more about different ways that you can use the Stamparatus, but I kind of wanted to just give you like a little display of how that works and to show off these adorable little ladybug sets. So remember, they are Celebration. They are a hostess. So $300, you can have those. But by March 31st, they're going to fly away with all of the other wonderful Celebration deals. So you don't want to miss out on those. This is a great time to order. So this is what my demonstrator page looks like. If you want to check out the catalogs, you can go to the demonstrator website and find all the different catalogs that we have. This is my Facebook page. I would love for you to go and like my Facebook page, to like this video, share all my videos, each individual video, mark down that you shared it for me, and you will be entered into a drawing. And every Monday I do a drawing. So that is some of the ways that you can help me out with all of that, with all of the beauty of that. So the last thing that I want to talk about in this video, just because you see me use it all the time, is the chamois. Okay, so this is the chamois. Now I'm going to show you what the chamois looks like when you get it, and this is going to distress you. This is like a big distressor for my friend Nikki. So it's this beautiful purple chamois, and it's totally dry. Okay, so what you have to do, literally, so my friend Trudy and Teresa, they still struggle with this. You have to go to the sink and you have to wet it down like a ball. Like it should be like this. Like you should have it like this ball. And it should be wet. Now, it should be wringing wet, but it should be wet. You should be able to wring it out, wring it out, wring it out. But you should be able to feel that it's wet, and it should be super, super pliable in your hands. Then it's ready to be used as your chamois. And then once you start stamping, that's what your chamois is going to look like. It's never going to look like that again. Never. It's never going to look like that again. But this chamois means you're a loving card maker and you're using your products in the way they're meant to be used. So even though it is ugly, even though it doesn't look great, it is a great little tool to use. And I use it in my container. Okay, so I buy the container. So you saw me with the big container, the full one for the Love It Chop It. We also have a smaller size container. And something that I'm going to do, and this was going to be a surprise, but I do want people to know, like if you put in, this is the first time. So the first time you put in an order, if you order $50 or more, and you order chamois in that order, I'm going to send you one of these little containers as a thank you, because I think they're great to hold your chamois in, and it keeps it just damp enough to be able to be used over and over and over again. And this is something that literally goes with me all the time with my Stamparatus. Like these two tools are like a must-have for me to be used at all times. And then there is the option of a bag. Look at this gorgeous bag that fits your Stamparatus, and it has a front pocket. This is the pocket that I store my Stamparatus in, and my chamois all at the same time go in that pocket. And then on the other side, it has two more pockets. So this is a great way to travel. And so, you know, you've got the magic box. Okay, we've got our magic box that I've talked about in my videos. And then you have this and your cutter. The end. That's all you're carrying. That's all you're bringing. And you're creating amazing cards. And you don't have all of these products. You just have the few things that you need. Okay? So let's end this video by reminding you to go and make the world a better place. Something that I was thinking about, and I'll just briefly touch on it. we're in a time that could be panicky, could be fearful, and this is a time where we could step up and help one another, kind of stand together, and truly help make the world a better place. If you're a healthy person that has no struggles with your health, this is a time you go out and you help your neighbors and you grocery shop and you do things for other people. If you're someone who has a compromised immune system, as I do, unfortunately, then isolate yourself, step back a little bit, and take time to reflect. Use the time to make phone calls you've been meaning to make, write letters you've been meaning to write, spend time with your kids, with your family, and just like slow the pace of your life down just slightly. And if that is something that you do, I pray and I seek wisdom and how to handle this so that we can help one another to unite in this time where it could be scary, where we could actually unite and find ways to connect once again. And so that's my prayer for you. And as always, if you have questions, I'm here. But if you ever wanted me to pray for you, I would gladly do that as well. You can message me and I will pray for you and try to be a support for you in this time of need while we all are in a different place in the world right now. So that is my adieu today, that go and make the world a better place in a way that makes a difference for the world around us.